So David was born, and his mom was in labor for 32 hours. And so she went into labor October 4th. I guess it was maybe early in the morning on October 4th, and then gave birth a cesarean section 32 hours later. And it was a great gift for a young father to have his son or his daughter born on his birthday. So that's where David and I shared the same birthday, both October 6th, 25 years apart. And it was a phenomenal experience to hold him when he was born, and to look back now and see that he's turned out to be such a fantastic young man.
Hi, Dave. I don't think you know who I am, but I know you from the day you were born. You cried and cried and cried, and the only way you would stop was if I would pick you up and hold you. You wanted attention all the time, but you gradually grew out of it at the age of 10. I kept seeing you because I had nothing else to do. And I did take you to movies and shows, and you did sleep at my house. You were pretty good there, but after all, you were 10 years old. So I wouldn't expect anything different. The David that I really, really knew as he grew up was very thoughtful and lovable and caring. I hope I have the right person that I'm talking to right now.
David was always a really good brother. I would always want to be just like him, and I dressed just like him, and I acted just like him. And one of my earliest memories of him was when we actually had a babysitter, and we were playing blocks, and he threw the block and it knocked my tooth out. And he said, "Please don't tell mom, please don't tell mom." And then she came home and I told her. So he got in trouble. Well, because he never ever got in trouble, ever. He was like the angel child, so I wanted to tell on him, so he got in trouble. And one of my other earliest memories is I was about 5, I think, and we were in Florida, so he was 9. And my parents had said that you can go by the lake as long as you watch your sister. So we went down by the lake, and I'm telling my version of the story. He told me to feel a rock that was really smooth. So I went to feel it with my foot, and I fell in. So he jumped in the water, and he held me up, and I was trying to do the doggy paddle, and he held me for like a good at least 5 minutes and told me not to scream for help because he didn't want to get in trouble. And then my dad came out and took us both out of the water, but he did save me.
Do you have to sing every time I'm in the car with you? Do you know that turns me off? So please, try very, very hard, now that you're getting older, don't sing when I'm with you.
Hey, well, my earliest memory with Dave, since there's kind of a big gap because he's 8 years older than me. I don't know, I was really little, and since I'm technically called his baby brother, we used to get in, like, we would beat each other up, like wrestle, because him and Alyssa didn't really have that relationship because I'm stronger than her in, more ways than others. But basically, one time he, like, gave me a bruise or, like, hurt my leg or something stupid, and I flipped out and I started crying, and he was, like, begging me not to tell my parents because then he would get in trouble, and I just wanted the attention. So I did tell on him. I remember swimming in the pool in our backyard, and we actually have this on home video, so I don't know if I really remember it. But I guess Dave has always been a protective older brother since forever. And in the pool, my mom's friend was over and she was trying to get my attention, and I ignored her and I just wanted to play with my brother. And it was on video, and I got all embarrassed, but I usually like the spotlight, so it doesn't make sense. But I ran to my brother and he was holding me, and it's just like a memory that he's just always there for me.
One of the things that he did years ago as a 16-year-old was to earn his Eagle Scout honor, which only 1% of Boy Scouts in the world attain Eagle Scout. And the Eagle Scout project that he chose was something just unbelievable. And David does not do anything in a very small way. Everything with David is big production, and he loves doing that stuff. But in this case, he decided to have a monument created for the victims of flight TWA 800 back in, I think it was unbelievable, and 1996, I believe. And he was able to get donated a big, large rock with, letters that were engraved about the TWA 800, and it had all these dignitaries from Patchogue and Long Island, and the family that he did this in honor of was in Australia, and he actually had these folks fly in for the monument dedication, and I tell you, at that time, could not have been more proud of my son to be able to do something like that. And that's something that'll be there forever, and anybody can just drive up to Foley Square in Patchogue on a corner of West Street, and it's there. So, that's just a very fond memory I have of Dave.
I remember also when you were a Boy Scout, you did a marvelous, marvelous job of helping people who have lost one loved one. And I remember being there for you, and you were really the greatest.
So David's just love for animals of all kinds, but especially dogs and cats, but probably dogs the most. And of course, we had a beautiful, wonderful collie, which was our first dog, and Dave, I think, was the leader of the pack. And I thought that Buddy, our collie, always thought of him as a litter mate. And he just has a natural affinity for animals and can have them actually feel. Of course, we had to feel their pain and feel their need for love. And he wanted at one time to be a vet, and he still toys with that idea. And he's always been the go-to guy in the house for the animals. Even when he was younger, we relied on him to make sure that Buddy was fed and such, as well as the girls. But I think with him being able to, just have an affinity for animals, it's really fantastic.
One of the best things I can say about David and animals is just that he worked at the Long Island Game Farm, and you could just tell that the animals really had like a connection to him, especially this one monkey called Hot Lips. And she would make David scratch her back, and she would give him kisses. But as far as the animals that we've had, I think Buddy really loved David. He was probably his favorite. And of course Taffy.
Is this about me? Can I talk about how pretty I am and how lucky everybody is to have me? Oh, okay, we're talking about Wavy. Wavy loves me because I'm pretty, and I love him because he always feeds me and clips my nails and takes me to the vet and takes me for walks and gives me
one time there was a cat. I think she was sick, and she was laying in our backyard, and we named her Marshmallow. And he spent so much money on her to try to save her, and she lived like another day or so. But even though she was sick, he was willing to spend every dollar on the cat to save her life. And that's just the kind of person he is.
He always takes care of everybody, of all the pets, like Abby, and E.T., and Ephraim, and Tigress, and and TJ, and Gaia. Holy crap, we've had a lot of those stupid cats. Anyway, he always takes care of them, and everybody loves him. And, I dropped something. And everybody loves Wavy. He's really nice. Can I have some more?
Hey, can I get a large Coke and a popcorn, please?
Sure, no problem.
Have you seen this movie yet?
Yeah, it's got an awesome chase scene.
All right. I love action movies. I always wanted to be an action star. Because those guys are so cool. They're always saying the right things, and I'm always saying stupid things. Like the other day, I was getting out of a cab at the airport, and the driver goes, "Hey, have a nice flight." I'm like, "You too. You too, you have a nice flight too, in case you ever fly someday." Don't anybody look at me, I'm a moron. I don't know when to say the "you too" phrase. I can't function. Somebody throw a tarp over me.
Coke and a popcorn.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, enjoy the movie.
You too. If you see the movie later, then you too, but not until then.